first thread. Any thread is fine to make the webbing pattern. Beads and feathers are optional. It's okay if you have it. It's okay if you have it. It is completely okay if you do not. You can observe the process and do it later on once you have the material. Is that all right? Is that clear? Great. Okay, so before starting the session, I would like to know who all are doing it with me. Who has the material and who is going to try it with me. Because the more you try, the more you'll understand. Yes, who all are trying? Richa ma'am, are you trying? Yes, great. Okay. Yes, that's it. I just have one. You can type a me in the chat box. You can type a me in the chat box. Shailaja is trying. Okay, great. Me. Okay. So everybody who is trying, a small request to all of you, please try to use a smaller ring. Okay, if you use a bigger ring, the wrapping process will take a lot of time and you will miss out on the webbing pattern. I do not want you to miss the webbing pattern because that is more important. Okay. Are we good to start? Are we good to go? Yeah? Okay, all right. Then let's begin with the session today. For the first part, we are going to need is a ring, satin ribbon, Fevicol. Okay? Just, yeah. So anywhere on your ring.
Excuse me, ma'am, what kind of ring it is?
It's a metal ring, bangle. I'm using a bangle.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So anywhere on the ring, just apply Fevicol like this, little bit, not on the entire ring, anywhere on the ring. Take one end of your satin ribbon, stick it on that part where you have applied Fevicol. Okay. And now keep wrapping it. Start wrapping. If you note that I'm keeping it very tight, that is what gives neatness to your wrap. Okay, so try to keep it tight. In this way, we are going to wrap the ring. I usually go for 2 rounds. It's optional, up to you. Whether you want to go for 2 rounds or 1 round, anything is fine. I prefer 2 rounds because it gives a little bit of volume to my ring. We all know bangles are very thin. If you're using a thin bangle, then it will give a little volume to your ring. I have not applied Fevicol anywhere. कहीं भी मैंने extra Fevicol नहीं लगाया है. I have just applied it once here and I am just wrapping it like that. And this is, I have started with my second round. If you do not have a satin ribbon, I would suggest you to skip this part and directly go for the webbing pattern. Because any other medium of wrapping will require time. Satin ribbon has a little bit of width, so the time required is less and the material required is less. Here you go, almost getting done with wrapping. Now I have this little end, little piece of satin ribbon that is left. I am just going to apply Fevicol here on this part. And wrap it and seal it. Just Fevicol, it will take a little bit of time, give it some time, like a minute, half a minute, and just hold it there and it will stick. If it does not stick, apply a little more Fevicol. You can use Fevicol, you can use fabric glue, you can use glue gun if you have and you're comfortable using. Any medium is fine. Here it is, stuck and secure. Okay, after wrapping, this is how my ring is going to look. Is it clear? Understood? Yeah, easy? Great. So a quick question from my side. Why do you think we wrapped the ring? Why did we wrap the ring? In the chat box, whatever you think, whatever answer comes to your mind, why did we wrap the ring? What could be the reason to wrap the ring? Why just we did not use the ring like that? It looks attractive, okay? Finishing, okay? To hide the bangle part, okay? We usually do not use bangle. There are proper Dreamcatcher rings available. Appearance, okay? To cover the ring, of course, but why did we cover the ring? There's a logic, there's a reason behind covering. Boundary of our life dreams. Okay, that's interesting. That's a different answer. I'll keep that in mind. To create the base. Color theme, okay? Grip for webbing. Yes, hide the part of that ring or bangle, whether it is good or bad, okay? To stop the strings from slipping away. Yes, that's the perfect answer. All of you are correct. None of you are wrong. To make it attractive, to make it in sync with the color combination, because the metal rings are usually steel. They are silver in color. So if we are making a dream catcher of blue color or a red color, then we can cover the ring with the suitable ring ribbon and add a color to a dream catcher, make it more attractive, make it in sync. Okay, but the most important part or the reason why we are wrapping is to give grip to the thread that we are going to use in the inner part for the webbing pattern. Okay, so whoever said that, bang on, that's the correct answer. And rest all the answers are right, no worries. But this is the most important reason why we are wrapping, to give a grip to a thread. Okay. Otherwise, if we use a cotton thread on a metal ring or any kind of thread on a metal ring, it slips. Wherever you have knotted it, it is going to slip. Okay, because it does not give that hold unless and until you stick it with the Fevicol. But that's not an option here, because that also might come out some or the other day, making your webbing part loose, and which will not look good. So yes, that's the reason we wrap it with the ring, wrap it with a ribbon. Okay, now whoever is done, please put a done in the chat box so that I know that we are good to move for the second part, the webbing part, the most important part of the Dreamcatcher. Okay, whoever is done, please put a done in the chat box. How big is your ring, ma'am? Shruti is done. Oh, that's a pretty big ring. No bangle? Okay, then you can try to do the webbing part. Richa ma'am, you can try to do the webbing part without the satin ribbon for now, to get a hang of it. Once you understand the webbing pattern, you can just take it out and then wrap the ring with the satin, because it will take time to wrap that ring. We just have an hour session today. Shailaja is done. Shruti is done. Anybody else? There a few more people were there who were doing it for me, right? You guys are done? Because we'll be starting with the webbing pattern. Neha is done. Okay, whoever is done, jinka bhi ho gaya hai, whichever thread you are using, your 2 arms, जितना आपके 2 arms का length है, वो length का thread आप cut करके ready रखिए. The distance will be 2 arms. The length of the cord will be 2 arms. Okay, that long thread you have to cut and keep it ready. Whoever is done. Tejashri, we have not done anything much yet. We have just covered the ring with the satin. For that, you have to apply glue on the ring, Fevicol, glue, or anything. Yes, two full arms. Richa ma'am. Now you are using a big ring, ma'am. You are using a big ring, so you will be use that length only, 2 full arms. That will be more comfortable in working, and then you can attach new thread. The crowd is mixed, so I will be talking in both the languages. If there is anything you did not understand, ask me to repeat in your preferred language. I will repeat it. Mostly I'm speaking in English. Yes, you can use wool, Shruti, no problem. शैलजा मैम, are you using a sewing thread? सिलाई वाला धागा है? You're not supposed to use that. वो बहुत पतला होता है. It's very thin. The sewing thread is very thin to use. Before starting the webbing pattern, is there anything you want to say, ma'am? Shailaja ma'am? Before starting the webbing pattern, I am putting the names of two threads that are commonly used. Yes, you can use wool for now. These are the names of the thread that are commonly used to make these dream catchers. Purse thread. This is a purse thread or a cone thread, okay? Okay, this is a purse thread or cone thread, or a cotton crochet thread or anchor thread or doily thread, whatever you call it. Any of these thread is fine. If you have these, very good. If you do not have it, no problem. You can use wool also for now. I have put the names of the thread in the chat box. You can check it. I have written it there. Check it in the chat box. Take a screenshot, write it down anywhere. It will be helpful. Okay, so let me quickly adjust my camera and then we will be starting with the webbing pattern. Just allow me a second. Is the ring visible? Is the ring visible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you so much. Now that's my thread. I am using a purse thread, a multicolored purse thread, okay? This is the thread that I am using. This is one end. This is another end of my thread. I am going to take one end of my thread and I am going to take one end of my thread and I am going to tie it on my ring like this with a simple double knot. One knot, one knot, make it tight, really tight, and the second knot. Okay, it has to be really tight. You cannot keep it loose. You have to make sure that the dream catcher stays for long. And we are going to just trim the extra thread and push the knot down. Okay, we are going to push the knot downwards, not upwards, downwards. Is this part clear? Did you guys understand this? Knotting the thread on the ring? Yes, great. Thank you so much. Now we'll be starting with the webbing pattern. And here we start with the webbing pattern. This is the first end added on the ring, attached on the ring. This is the second end. That's our second end that we are going to use. Okay? So go from the top of your ring. The string is going to go on top of your ring. The other end is going to come up from below. In the gap between the string, there is a gap between the ring and the string. The other end is going to come on top like this. Pull it out. A loop is formed. You are going to push this loop at your desired distance and tighten it. My desired distance is 1 finger. 1 finger or 2 finger is the maximum distance you're going to take, nothing more than that. Otherwise, it will look very empty. Okay? Doing it again. अगर कोई भी confusion है, if you have any confusion, I am doing it again. So go from the top of your ring. Yes, Sheetal, I'm doing it again. That's what I said. Ring के ऊपर से जाना है इस तरीके से. Go from the top. Other end coming from below. Pull it out. A loop like this is formed. Push it to your desired distance. Tighten it at 1 finger distance. The size of the loop should be the same. Okay, 1 finger, 2 finger, whatever you decide, it will be same throughout. Again, go from the top of your ring. The other end is coming from below like this. Pull it out. Push the loop to your desired distance. Tighten it at 1 finger distance and go ahead. Ring के ऊपर से जाना है. Go from the top of your ring. Other end coming from below. Pull it out. Push the loop at 1 finger distance and tighten it. Tight कैसे करेंगे? How are you going to tighten it? By pulling it down. Measurement of the thread will be your both arms. The length of both your arms will be the measurement of your thread. Go from the top of your ring. Other end coming from below. Pull it out. When the ring is big, we use the same measurement and we keep adding new thread. Okay? Go from the top of your ring. Other end coming from below. Pull it out and tighten it at 1 finger distance. Go from the top of your ring. Other end coming from below. Pull it out and tighten it at 1 finger distance. Again, go from the top of your ring. Other end coming from below. Same process. No change at all. And tighten it at 1 finger distance. Last loop of round 1. Go from the top of your ring. Same way. Other end coming from below. Pull it out towards yourself and push it near your starting point. If you observe, the blue thread was my starting point. I started from here, covered my entire ring, covered the circle and came back and ended right next to my starting point. The green thread is my ending point. So my starting point and ending point are in the same place, no two different points, just one point. So when I count my point, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Not 9 and 10, 9. Okay, is this part clear? This is how my ring is going to look. This is how my ring is going to look after finishing my round 1. Is this part clear? Yes, Shailaja ma'am, that's right. Clear hai aapko? I have only Kritika saying yes and Anuja saying clear, ma'am. Rest others, can I get some feedback? Is it clear? Understood? Not understood? Yes, great, great. Thank you so much. This helps me to know whether I should go ahead or not. Okay, great, great, great. Lovely. Okay, so now the best part of this Dreamcatcher is, जैसे आपने शुरू किया है, the way you have started is the way you are going to cover the entire ring in that same way. Okay, now how? I'll show it to you. Till now, we were using the ring as the base. Okay, we were using this ring as the base. Now we do not have any connection with the ring. We are going to use these loops as our base now. Okay, these loops are going to be our new friend for the second round. So what do I mean? I mean my thread is going to pass in this gap. You can see a gap between the ring and the string. It's going to pass in the gap. Go from the top. Always from the top. We were going on top of the ring. Now we are going to go on top of the loop. So go from the top. This little end that has come out on the other side, push it inside. Like this. This little string is going to be in between these two strings. I do not want anything like this. No. it's not going to give you the knot that we are looking for. So I want like this, ऐसा चाहिए मुझे. छोटा string जो है वो दोनों बड़े strings के बीच में होगा. So showing it again, वापस दिखा रही हूँ. Go from the top, little string has come out on the other side, push it inside like this towards you, and then pull it out. And here you go. First knot or the starting point of round 2. And this is how it is going to look. A closed thing, a line. Okay. Moving ahead with the same process. And now you will see a small change. I will be showing this step again. Don't worry. Okay. Go from the top. Little string has come out on the other side. Push it inside. It has to be in between these two strings. Pull it out. A knot in the center and a triangle. So the first knot will look like a line. Second knot will look like a triangle. And hereafter, all the knots will form triangles. So showing it again, go from the top, little end, push it inside like this, pull it out towards you, and a knot is formed. The kind of knot that was forming on the circle, on the ring, is the kind of knot that will be formed in the loop. If you're not getting that knot, you are going wrong somewhere. If you're getting that wrong, if you're getting that knot, it's perfectly correct. Go from the top, little end that has come out on the other side, push it inside, pull it out, tighten it in the center. Go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out, tighten it in the center. Go from the top, push the little string inside like this, pull it out, tighten it in the center. The knot has to be in center of your sleeping line. Okay? Ring के ऊपर से जाना है, छोटे end को अपनी तरफ मोड़ दो, pull it out and tighten it in the center. In very simple language, it's going to be go from the top and come inside from below. Pull it out. And tighten it in the center. Go from the top, second last knot of round 2. I am about to complete my round 2 now. Now this is how my ring is looking after second last knot. Okay, I'm still to do my last and final knot of round 2. But there is a slight confusion in my mind. I want everybody to pay a little attention on the screen. I have 2 places to go. This gap, the small gap, okay, here, and the big gap here. So I am going to go in both the gaps and let's see which looks better, and we are going to use that. Okay, same way, go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out, and please have a close look at the screen. And this is how it is looking when I went in the small gap. Okay, ये ऐसा दिख रहा है. ठीक है, ये this, do not consider this one, consider the circle. Let's just take care of this. Yeah, so this is how it is looking. Now I will go in the bigger gap. Let's see how that looks, and if we should use the smaller gap or the bigger gap. Same way, go from the top, push the little end towards you and pull it. So this is how it is looking when I went in the bigger gap. So according to you, which is better, big gap or the small gap? You can just type big or small. Yogita is saying big. Okay, that's nice, Yogita. Big, 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 big. Okay, a lot of people are saying big. Why? Why? Can you please tell me, give me a reason why? Anybody? You want to try? Looks even. Okay. Similar looks. Okay. Same space, shape matters, uniformity. Triangle, bigger gap because it looks same. Okay. Same gap. Okay, great, great, great. Yes, all of you are correct. All of you are correct. We are going to use the bigger gap. I could have simply told you, okay, don't go here, go here. But because I wanted you guys to see that what is the difference in these two. so that you can understand for yourself, not just because I am saying go there. No, there is a difference. Okay, when I go in the smaller gap, all my 8 triangles are equal, but in the 9th place I have 2 small triangles. Okay, that is what I do not want in my work, ununiformity in any ways. So I went in the bigger gap, and now all my 9 triangles are of same size. Okay, second most important reason, in the starting I had mentioned starting point, ending point has to be the same. The starting point of second round was this green thread. The ending point, that is the yellow thread, will be right next to that. Okay, so starting point, ending point has to be the same. Richa, I will be starting with my, do you want me to repeat the second round? If that is the case, if that is the case, then I'm starting with the third round and it is same as second round. So you can just have a look at it and I'm sure you will understand. Okay. Is this clear? Is round 2 clear? Is round 2 clear? Great. Anybody who has not understood round 2, like Richa ma'am has problem, so you can have a nice look at round 3. It is just same. Okay. So you can, and whoever has understood, continue with your work till you reach the center. I am also doing it as well as giving instructions, so y'all can follow. And if in case you're stuck anywhere, please unmute and ask. So this is how my ring is looking after completing my round 2. Starting with my round 3. Now, if you're starting with your round 2, you will have these horizontal lines as your base. I'm starting with my round 3. So I have triangle as my base. Okay. So this is where you are going to end with your round 1, right? After starting from here, completing the circle, you're going to end it here. Now you're going to start with this process that I am starting. Go from the top. Little string has come out on the other side, push it inside. Keeping one more most important thing in mind is this little string has to be in center of these 2 strings, not towards the side like this. No. Okay, in the center. Pull it out and you will form a knot like this. Just pull it down and tighten it. So your first knot is going to look like this. Richa ma'am, once you try, let me know. Go from the top again. The little string has come out on the other side, showing it again. Go from the top, push this little end inside like this. Okay, pull it out. A knot is formed. Can you try? Once you get it, then I'll be moving ahead from here. Did you get it? Yes, great. Come on. Let's do that in the same way. First will look like a line like this. First knot will look like a line like this, and the second knot will form will give you a triangle. And henceforth, all the knots will give you a triangle. So going ahead in the same way, go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out, pull it down and tighten it. Go from the top, push the little end, pull it down and tighten. Yes, 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 Nikita, that's perfect. Only one method we are going to follow and continue and form the entire webbing of our dream catcher. That's the beauty of these dream catchers. एक pattern follow करना है आपको बस, and आपका dreamer is ready. Go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out. Let me tell you one thing, guys. If you do this, go from the top and push the little end, and if this comes on the side, please have a quick look at the screen. If this little string comes to the side, this is what you're going to get, okay? And we are not looking for anything like this. We want a pattern. We want a knot. So we have to go in that loop created. Second last knot of round 3. Ending my round 3. small gap, big gap, going in the bigger gap, push the little end, pull it out and tighten. Okay. Starting with my round 4, go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out and tighten it. This becomes the starting point of round 4. Go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out. Again, go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out. ऊपर से जाना है लूप के, नीचे से अंदर आना है, pull it out and tighten. Go from the top, push the little end. Thank you, Nikita. Sorry, Nitika. Go from the top, push the little end towards you, pull it out. There are, Rupali, there are many other patterns. We will be talking about that as well. So don't worry. Yes, beads can also be added in between. That is what I teach as well. But that is not a part of the demo session. It is a part of the master course where we learn a lot of things about these dream catchers. So we will be coming to that. Just stay tuned. So again, ending my round 4, going in the bigger place, always go in the bigger place. It is a demo session. It's a free session. So I assume there won't be any recording available for this. But yes, for masterclass, we do have recordings for lifetime. Started with my round 5. Same way. Now, if you can see, the triangles have become smaller. The triangles get even more smaller. If you're using a cotton thread, try to use a needle. It will make your work very faster and without any trouble. Here you go. Second last knot of round 5. Now I am going to complete my 5th round. Okay, small gap, big gap, going in the bigger gap, pushing the little string and tighten. I have completed my 5 rounds. I have completed my circle. Now I am going to end my work. After this, I am not going to work anymore. So how do I do that? I have just unwinded my last loop, the last loop of the 5th. Go from the top, push the little end towards you, and here I complete my round 5. And again, same knot I'm going to make in the same place. Go from the top, going in the bigger place, pull it out and tighten. And after this, my entire circle is complete. That's my sealing knot. That's my ending knot. I'm not going to work after that. Is this visible? Is this clear? I am using a multicolored thread. That is why it is looking like this. I have not attached any different colors. It's the thread itself is like this, the one that I showed. Okay, so these threads are available and they look very beautiful. Thank you so much for all the responses. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, I will repeat the last knot once again. One last time, I am repeating the last knot. You can have your own way, okay? This is my way. I am just sharing my way. You can have your own way. It's not that this is standard, okay? You can find your own way, no problem. So now here is the second last knot of round 5 here. I'm going to make the last knot by going in the bigger gap, coming inside, starting point, ending point, the same place. Completed my round 5. Again, going in the same place, in the bigger space, push it inside. And here you go. And my last knot is done. Now this extra string, I am just going to cut it, leaving a little bit of string. I'm going to cut it, and that little bit of string I'm just going to stick it with the fabric. Okay, and that's how my entire web will be complete. Is that clear? Right, is that clear? Easy? Understood? Did you guys like the technique? Great. Okay. Okay. So a lot of people were asking, is this the only pattern? There are more patterns. Yes, there are a lot more, a lot many patterns. We learn how to attach beads in this webbing itself. Okay. So something like this, if you see the beads in the webbing, we learn that also. So before moving to that, before moving ahead with the second, third, last part of the dream catcher, that is adding feathers. Yes, I will be teaching you that. Do not worry. Before moving to that, we have something exciting